సార్ మీటింగ్ కోసం ఆఫీస్ లో ఉన్నారు సార్. సారీ సార్, నేను కార్ లో ఉన్నారు సార్.
జస్ట్ ఇంటికి వెళ్తున్నాను.
ఓకే సార్.
వచ్చారా జాయిన్ అయినాడా?
సార్ సుధీర్ ఇప్పుడే కాల్ చేశాను సార్. హీస్ జస్ట్ గోయింగ్ టు జాయిన్ ఇన్ 2 minutes సార్.
ఓకే రైట్ ఓకే.
Sir, we thought of doing this a long time ago, no sir?
Yeah, అవునమ్మా. స్టార్ట్ చేశారు. నౌ సిరీస్ స్టార్ట్ అయితే ఇంక అందరూ వస్తారు.
It got materialized sir, and I feel that this saga should continue and we should have more interaction with alumni.
Yeah, next Lava అని పిలువమ్మా.
Yes sir, he is coming to India sir. He is coming to Tirupati for 2 days, it seems, on an like official assignment.
Okay, right.
So I'm thinking to have the offline lecture sir.
Good.
So if he has time, then I will request him to have the offline lecture. So that way
the online link ఇవ్వమ్మా.
Yes sir, sure sir.
లవ చెరీష్ ఉన్నాడు ఇప్పుడు. సుబ్బరాజ్ దగ్గర మంచి గుడ్ పొజిషన్స్ లో మంచి వాళ్ళని ఉన్నారు మన వాళ్ళు.
Yes sir. And Venkatramana, Central University, Gopinath and Ramesh, we can ask everybody actually, in fact.
Yes.
Sir, Vijayabhaskar sir, I have a request sir. This WebEx is not at all good sir. We are not able to use that sir. I don't know why they purchased this WebEx. So we tried our best to use it sir, but I could not do it sir. Sir, we are not able to call, I'm not able to join. I request all the participants, all the students to mute their mics, okay?
It's a good platform, WebEx lo you have no limits and
no sir, actually we don't have any practice, no sir. We don't have expertise and practice, no sir. We need to get some assistance sir, guidance. Otherwise we are not computer experts, no sir. So at least somebody has to give us some training. Yes sir, one small demo kind of thing, training module we need to get it sir. Sir, namaste sir. Srinivas Reddy sir join here sir. Namaste sir. Sir, you are not audible sir.
Mute lo undi sir my mic.
Good evening Sai.
Good evening.
Good evening. Vijayabhaskar garu, good evening.
Sir, good evening sir. Good evening. Very good evening.
Good evening sir.
Good evening Andy. Good evening to everybody.
Then tarvata 8 o'clock we have another meeting. Continuous ga unnai na night work. 8 to 10.
Game meeting sir.
అది ఇంకోటి ఏదో సైన్స్ టెక్నాలజీ ఫౌండేషన్ అంటే అది ఇంకొక మీటింగ్.
Okay.
ఈ ఆన్లైన్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత టైమింగ్ ఈజ్ నోబడీ ఈజ్ బాదరింగ్ సార్. మీటింగ్ పెట్టేస్తారు.
ఏ సాయి జర్నీలో ఉన్నట్టున్నారా?
లేదు ఆఫీస్ నుంచి ఇంటికి వస్తున్నాను.
అవునా?
దారిలో ఉన్నా, జస్ట్ 5 minutes జస్ట్.
Sir, Sudhir just joined, sir, speaker of the webinar. So in 1 minute, we will start, sir, sharp at 6:30. Sir, you need to unmute, sir, Srinivasan Reddy, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, Vijay Bhaskar, sir, Sudhir is joined, sir, already. Sudhir is in the meeting, sir. Sir, Sai Gopal, sir, Sudhir joined, sir. Hello, Sudhir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning. Sudhir, I just want to
Good
take
morning.
2 minutes to introduce our dignitaries before we get into the meeting. So
Yes, ma'am.
we have Professor Sai Gopal, sir, Vice Chancellor of Cluster University, and our senior professor of Department of Virology. So I don't have to give any introduction. And we have Professor M. Srinivasan Reddy Garu, Principal, College of Sciences, SV University. And we have S. Vijay Bhaskar, sir, Vijay Bhaskar Rao Garu, and he's Dean of our R&D, SV University. And we have our faculty, Dr. Charita Devi. She's working as
Good morning,
associate
ma'am.
professor, and Dr. Ranjani, she's also associate professor, and then Dr. Narasimha.
Good
So
morning.
we four are there in the department right now, and Sai Gopal sir always will be there as part of the department, you know. So
Yes.
yeah. So sir, shall I start, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead, Hema.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Sudhir, how are you?
Sir, very good, sir. Very good to see you. Thank you. I really thank you for having me today. Really thank you, sir. Thank you for introduction.
Yeah, there is another introduction. Sudhir, wait for a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so somebody is going to introduce you anyways. Good evening to one and all. It's a great privilege and an honor to welcome you all to the Virology Alumni Lecture Series, the inaugural session, which is organized by Department of Virology, Sri Venkateswara University, College of Sciences, Tirupati. So I take it as a privilege and honor to welcome Professor DVR Sai Gopal Garu, Vice Chancellor, Cluster University, Kurnool, as special invitee for this inaugural session, without which the initiation of this lecture inauguration session will have no meaning actually. So because he served the department for 33 years and he would have trained many virology alumni to reach to the highest positions in their career. So it's very apt to have him here today. And I take it as a privilege and honor to invite Professor M. Srinivasan Reddy Garu, Principal, SVU College of Sciences, who readily accepted our invitation to participate in the inaugural session. He always supported us with his dynamic actions and guided us in many ways to move forward in the progressive direction. Thank you so much, sir, for your gracious presence. And it's an honor to have you today, sir, in this inaugural session. And it's indeed a great pleasure and honor to invite Professor S. Vijay Bhaskar Rao Garu, Dean R&D, SV University, who always there with a supportive and positive mindset and encourages us in all the developmental activities. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time and for your gracious presence. So I once again welcome all the dignitaries, faculty members, alumni of virology, research students, postgraduate students of Department of Virology, and open elective students. We thought that open elective students also part of Department of Virology now. And I welcome you all once again on behalf of organizing committee and on my own behalf. So now I request Professor DVR Sai Gopal Garu to give his address.
Okay, thank you, Hema. Good evening, all of you. I'm happy to Sudhir after a long time. So I think you become a good researcher and come academician. So I think I'm happy you are one of the very good bright students in Viraj. I have seen several batches. You have taken very lead both academical and research activity. It is nice to you, Dr. Sudhir. And so, okay, I hope you can pave the students in the abroad, especially after you left. A lot of people have taken inspiration of you, and then they taken the different direction of the areas of research and all. I hope your inspiration will be benefit to the youngsters now who join in the fresh MSc Virology and final year virology students. You can also give a scope of virology briefly at the your journey. I think you have given topic that SVU to your long journey that you can pave them and tell them how best we can serve the virology with this small introduction. So thank you for giving me opportunity. I hope the students will benefited by your experience, which can make in this way. Thank you, Hema.
Thank you
very
so
much.
much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir, very much.
Yes. Sudhir, I thought I'll specially invite you. So that is why initially I didn't include it in your name. Don't bother, don't feel bad, okay?
No.
So actually, I thought I will tell the theme of the seminar also, I mean, the lecture series also once. Sir, before getting to Srinivasu Reddy, sir, I thought I'll just get you into this also. So Department of Virology at Sri Venkateshwara University College of Sciences was recognized by UGC in 1987, just to introduce you, especially the youngsters, freshers, and established in 1988 with Professor M.V. Naidu as founder head and Professor P. Srinivasu as reader. And this department is first of its kind to offer MSc and PhD programs in virology among Indian universities. And the department always strived to its best and provided a stimulating environment for teaching and high quality research on the viruses that causes diseases to microbes, plants, animals, and human beings. And this lecture series especially, we thought about it like almost 3-4 years ago. And I'm really glad that it came into action now. And alumni of virology department always, it used to be a pride of the department, and they used to extend their affinity and love and care all the time towards the department. And they all are in very good positions in national, international academic research institutions and industries. And I need to specially thank Sudhir. Sudhir, who is working as Deputy Director, Center for Regenerative Sports Medicine, Steadman Philippon Research Institute, Vail, Colorado, USA. Sudhir, thank you so much. It's indeed a pleasure and honor to have you today to start our lecture series, actually. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation, Sudhir. I'll just get back to you, Sudhir. Sir, Professor Srinivasu Reddy, sir, please address the gathering, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, Hema Garu, for the wonderful opportunity given to me. Good evening, one and all, and good morning to Sudhir Kumar Garu.
Good morning, sir.
Really, indeed, it's a great pleasure and honor to associate myself with the alumni lecture series that is being initiated by Department of Virology. The Department of Virology in the Science College is a unique department, and yesteryears, Professor Srinivasulu and Professor D.V.R. Sai Gopal has laid a strong foundation in starting and initiating several research activities pertaining to virological research. I definitely say this is one of the good departments which under my science college, and the alumni of virology indeed started a good venture of giving lecture series through webinar. It's a good attempt. Definitely, it will pave way for the enrichment of knowledge of the existing scholars as well as the student community. Definitely, it will be a good attempt by Professor Hema and her team of faculty members. Good initiative. Definitely, it will pave way for the nurturing of a good research in the years to come in the Department of Virology. And I welcome all the faculty members, Professor Vijayabhaskar Garu, Professor D.R. Sai Gopal Garu, and Sudhir Garu for joining this particular meeting. Definitely, I hope this will be a great success to start with. Thank you, Varandal Hema Garu, for the wonderful opportunity given to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for the wonderful message, sir. Sir, Professor Vijayabhaskar, sir, please address the gathering, sir.
Thank you, Hema. Very good evening to the dignitaries, Professor D.V.R. Sai Gopal, the Vice Chancellor of Custer University, Professor Srinivasu Reddy Garu, the Principal of Science College, and today's key speaker, Dr. Sudhir Garu. So, sir, welcome to you and good morning to you. And Thank you for taking your time and coming over the webinar to address the students of virology as well as the faculty of virology, PhD students. So indeed, and of course, I should thank Hema for giving me this opportunity and all the faculty in the virology department and students and other things for arranging a wonderful lecture series. As I could see that the alumni database is very, very important for any institution, as a matter of fact. We have a good database, especially from engineering college, but coming to the science department, we have not updated. We have database, but still we have not yet updated a lot of things has to be done. What we look from the alumni is, because the alumni is in a greater positions, they are serving in different roles like an entrepreneurship or research or whatever the capacity they are doing in entrepreneurship. Okay, so what we look forward from you is the legacy what the departments have developed. That should continue. Means we need support not only from the faculty but also from the alumni. Either it could be in the terms of teaching, it could be in terms of research, it could be in terms of placements, entrepreneurship, whatever the opportunities we have. We would like to have some of you as a guest faculty, take 1 or 2 classes to our students. Whenever we have some time, we can address the latest technologies, what is happening in the industry, where you're all working in the industry. So we look forward for some of you people to come on to a type of a chair, guest faculty or distinguished faculty or whatever it is, we can name any name we can put it. So you should be able to help us getting a few alumni database, and people are working in the industry where the virology students can be placed in India or abroad. Especially in the research side, we need to get few more projects, few more degrees. The research should be relevant to the society now, because as you know, this epidemic is coming and virology plays a lot of significant role nowadays. Nobody can forget about the virus. All these 2 years, people are talking about only viruses. So we cannot neglect them. We cannot know that maybe another couple of years also we have to live with them. So we have to be geared up in this particular area. So what I request from the alumni is, please kindly make some convenient time, not only 1 lecture in a year or 1 lecture in a month. May not be that sufficient, but if you can have a good database regularly, the activity has to be regular. The alumni lecture series should continue not once in 6 months, it should continue every month. And you, if possible, every 15 days, 20 days, you have one activity, call somebody and ask them to talk with the student, not only a lecturer, what are their experience, what is the scope for the research or teaching in virology. Even they can sit for a round table discussion with the students, that will help you a lot and that will motivate students very well. So with a small, my request, humble request, I look forward for the alumni to help the university, the departments, not only in the virology, but all the science departments. Our principal is also here. So we look forward to collect a sort of a database. Our placements records are not very good, except few departments, the placements are there, but other departments, we are not venturing, we are not even trying to get some placements. We are teaching and we are sending them out, but we don't know really where they are going. Okay. So there should be a sort of a flow chart where we can say that, okay, after graduation, they should go this way. Even when they enter into the MSc level, we should tell them that there is an opportunity for you after completing this. You should go this way, you should go this way, like that. We have to tell them. So we request the alumni to help us. And I also request the principal of the science college here, sir, kindly make a database for the science college and way to improve our placements. So with this small request, I thank you, Hema, for giving me this opportunity. And I welcome and I want to listen to the key speaker here today. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, the very purpose of having this series itself is that to have the continuous lectures, sir. So we promise you that we will try to get the alumni every month basis so that we'll continue this for sure. Because we have so many people who are readily accepting actually. So kind of them. And the other thing is that when I was talking to Sudhir, he himself came forward and gave this title also, sir, because instead of telling about the advanced too many technologies or the scientific aspects, because young students, especially freshers, they may not be able to even understand what the speaker is speaking. So he said that it will be very useful if at all if he can give his own experiences, how he has reached to this position. Especially it will be kind of a motivational thing, and as well as it will be a kind of guidance to the students. So the purpose of having this lecture series itself is that only, so that we can connect the MSc virology students as well as research students to the alumni, so that they can get some help, because they'll be sharing this email address also, alumni. And I'm sure and I hope that all our alumni are having a lot of affinity and care towards the department. And many times I've seen that it has been very evident. So I'm sure that they will extend their support, as you said. So they will not just stop with this, and they will come forward for some kind of interactions in the future also, like you said, roundtable discussions. And whenever a student approaches with any kind of doubts, they will definitely clarify that, I guess. So thank you so much, sir, for your message, and it's really, really useful. And now I request Dr. Charita Devi to read the citation and the biodata of Dr. Sudhir, so that students will come to know about his credentials.
Thank you, Hema. Thank you. Professor D.V.R. Sai Gopal sir, the special invitee of today's webinar, Vice Chancellor of Cluster University, Kurnool, and Professor M. Srinivasan Reddy sir, Principal of SVU College of Sciences, Professor S. Vijayabhaskar Rao sir, Dean R&D, and the today's speaker, Dr. Sudhir Kumar Ravuri, faculty, research students, and postgraduate students. A very good evening to all of you. I feel it's a great privilege to introduce Dr. Sudhir Kumar Ravuri, Deputy Director, Center for Regenerative Sports Medicine, Steadman Philippon Research Institute, USA. Dr. Sudhir Kumar Ravuri studied his MSc Virology during 1997 to 1999. Later, he obtained his PhD in 2006 from India's top and prestigious medical institute, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, New Delhi. Dr. Ravuri is currently serving as a Deputy Director at the Center for Regenerative Sports Medicine, CRSM, which is newly renamed as Center for Regenerative and Personalized Medicine at the Steadman Philippon Research Institute, SPRI. SPRI is a world-renowned orthopedic research organization and also US Olympic and Paralympic National Medical Center located in Vail, Colorado, USA. Prior to joining in CRSM SPRI, Dr. Ravuri was postdoctoral associate and research associate at the University of Pittsburgh for 9 years and then moved to SPRI, Vail, Colorado, to work as senior scientist under the direction of Dr. Johnny Howard, discoverer of muscle-derived stem cells, to lead and manage multidisciplinary research projects involving basic science studies and clinical translation. Within 9 months of joining in SPRI, Dr. Ravuri became Deputy Director of the department. Dr. Sudhir's research interests are adipose-derived stem cell biology and application, biomaterials, technology development and characterization of orthobiologics, PRP, BMAC, repurposing of FDA-approved drugs and supplements, with implications for orthopedic applications and healthy aging. Sudhir worked with world-renowned scientists in the fields of gene therapy and stem cell biology and tissue engineering, in addition to collaborative research work with Nobel laureate Dr. Hargovind Khorana. Coming to his personal life, Sudhir lives with his wife and daughter in Avon, Colorado, and they love to attend the church and being involved in the church ministries. And he received funding from various funding agencies and acted as principal investigator in Plastic Surgery Foundation grant and co-investigator in 2 NIH R21, 1 NIH R01, 1 NIH RMIP clinical trial, 2 Department of Defense DoD projects, and 1 private industry funding. And he published his research work in 30 reputed journals, and he served as a guest editor, editorial board member, and reviewer of MDPI journals and 8 other journals, and acted as session chair in Orthopedic Research Society and International Federation of Adipose Therapeutics and Science, and also acted as co-chair of 6th Annual Whale Scientific Summit, and served as member of membership committees of Orthopedic Research Society and Plastic Surgery Research Council, and also nominated as member of several research societies. And to his credit, he received 3 patents and honored with 7 awards. Coming to the first patent, it is an Indian patent and was awarded to PhD thesis work focusing on a plasmid construct for testing the resistance of HIV-1 subtype C virus isolates to antiretroviral drugs in vitro. And the other patent is for techniques developed at the University of Pittsburgh on adipose stem cells based fat grafting technology for soft tissue reconstruction in breast cancer treatment. The third patent is a US patent, and that is for the methods for treating disease associated with senescence. And with this brief introduction, I now invite you, sir, to deliver talk on his journey from virology SVU to Vail, Colorado. Thank you for giving me this.
Thank you very much, ma'am, Dr. Charita Garu, for the wonderful introduction. And I thank Dr. Hema, madam, for giving me this opportunity. And I also thank Professor Srinivas Reddy sir and Professor S. Vijayabhaskar Rao sir and also Professor Dr. D.V.R. Sai Gopal sir, my mentor. And I thank you, other faculty and the members of the virology department and other departments. It's really a great pleasure for me to be here and to speak in the first alumni lecture series, and also to share some of our research and my experiences from my journey from University Virology, SV University to Vail, Colorado. So please bear with me. Some changes had happened in me in the past 15 years. My mustache is gone after coming to US, and my language is a little bit changed after being here for so many years. So I apologize if there is inconvenience to you, but I'll try to deliver the message, what I wanted to deliver to you. So this is a great opportunity for me, and I feel I'm not equivalent to anybody here. I'm not great to be invited, but I felt that I want to be associated with my mother department. So it's a place I love to be there, and I liked very much, and I learned so much from that department. And in that 2 years, I felt like it's a family. Late Professor Srinivasu sir, Dr. D.V.R. Sai Gopal sir, and Professor Hema madam, they're not only my teachers, my mentors, but they helped me, they supported me in many, many ways. When I lost my father during my MSc, so that showed to me, and also, and I still remember whether it was on his way to home, or when he was, so I stopped him and he talked to me many times. I mean, so that time they spent with me, not only with me, with other students also. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And Hema Madam teaching the classes to us. It's more of the relationship and the subject rather than a student coming and going. So that is my capital. I would say that. So the relationship is still, even after so many years, we still have that relationship. We still maintain that, and I still respect them, and they still call me Sudhir. It is a great feeling. It is great feeling. So with that, I thank you very much. I really thank you very much for this opportunity and a generous introduction. I didn't expect that ma'am will read the whole page, but that was very generous, kind of you to read that. But I don't want to repeat what was read by Charita Madam. So in my lecture, but I will mainly focus on what I was thinking, what I was aiming to do, and how I transformed, and how my journey through virology transformed me, and how it helped me. So I will focus on that, and in between I'll try to speak some Telugu also to touch some key words, but I'll mainly speak to one language, English. So in this 1 hour, so it's almost 6:26 in my time. That is almost 6:56 maybe in your time in the evening. So I'll try to focus like 15 minutes on the research of what we are doing, not especially so as a team, what we have been doing. It will take a lot of time, but I will just touch base on what we are doing. And the second phase, I will try to explain my journey. And finally, I'll try to give you some tips, my experience. I mean, few words. I'm not qualified to give you some suggestions, but I'll try. That could be helpful to you. So with that, I will jump into my presentation. Again, I thank you very much, Hema ma'am, Srinivasu sir, Professor Bhaskar Rao sir, Professor DVR sir, and Charita ma'am, and every faculty and the students joining today. So I thank you very much. Thank you and having me. Ma'am, can I share my screen, ma'am?
Yes, there you can.
Yes, ma'am. I think I can share this. Can you see my screen, ma'am?
Yes, we are getting it. Yes.
Okay, great. I'll go into this. Yes, here we go. So my journey from virology at University to Vail, Colorado. So it's a long journey. It's a long journey, but I'll try to summarize the key points, what is exactly involved. As ma'am mentioned, I'm in Vail, Colorado, which is Midwest part of the U.S. So I moved to U.S. in 2006, October, after my PhD and after getting married in India. So here, briefly about our research. So Dr. Johnny Heward is my director, my mentor, my boss. So he is a discoverer of muscle-derived stem cells. As you all know, the stem cells are everywhere in the body. So the stem cells are in the muscle tissue, stem cells are in the fat tissue, adipose tissue, in the bone marrow tissue, cord blood cells. So the stem cells are everywhere. So Dr. Heward is the first person in the world to discover the existence of stem cells in the muscle tissue. So he's known for that, and he's an expert in the world, and he published in very high impact journals. So it's very fortunate for me to work with him under his direction and mentorship. So that was my dream also, and I waited for 1 year to get this position to work with him. So it was a really great experience. So Dr. Heward discovered these stem cells like 26 years ago in the muscle, and he transformed these cells from lab to the patients, so from bench side to the bedside. So he was successful in getting the stem cells to the clinical trials to treat the patients in US and Canada and Europe and other countries to treat the urinary incontinence. That means the bladder issues, the urinary bladder issues. So the autologous stem cells, that means the stem cells taken from the patient's own body, they inject into the patient, so to treat that urinary incontinence. And we also showed that the stem cells, the muscle-derived stem cells, can also be used to treat the cardiovascular tissue repair. So those are the two applications that are being still going on in US and Canada. So we have more than 700 patients enrolled into those clinical trials. You may all know what is a clinical trial. So any investigational new drug or device that has to go through a clinical trial phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, so different phases to study the safety and efficacy of these cells or any device or any drug, and to go into the actual market. So that's a clinical trial. So in the US, all the clinical trials are approved and governed and monitored by FDA. So here what you see in the third condition, Dr. Heward and our team was able to show these stem cells can also extend the lifespan. So what we did here in this picture, I'm not going into more details, please don't worry. So what you see here, you see two mice here. One is on the left side with 21 days of untreated, another one is of 45 days of post-treatment. So what happened here, 21 days untreated mouse model, which is a progeria model. That means the accelerated aged model. So when we injected the stem cells from a young mouse model, those stem cells, the young stem cells, were able to repair or rejuvenate the progeria model. That means the animal which was about to die within few days, so that animal received these young stem cells in their intraperitoneum, and those young stem cells rejuvenated their bodies. So as you see on the right side, so that is a recovered animal. So the animal that was about to die, that recovered from that stem cell shot. So that came on very big news, and then that was published in Nature Communications. So that was the basic science that we are doing, and Dr. Heward is known for the discovery of muscle-derived stem cells. And he also discovered that those stem cells are derived from the blood vessels. As you see, there's an electron microscope picture. So these are the black blood vessels. On the black blood vessels, we see the red cells crawling or binding to the blood vessels. So those are the perivascular cells. Peri means outside, vascular, outside the blood vessel. So those are perivascular cells, which are CD146 positive. And the CD means cluster differentiation marker. So that is a CD146 positive cells. So those are the cells deriving from the blood vessel. So the hypothesis what we made is, so if we have more blood vessels in the muscle or any muscle, anywhere, so we have more perivascular cells. So perivascular cells are the mother cells. They give rise to the actual stem cells. So what we hypothesize, the more we exercise, the more we get the blood vessels. The more blood vessels will lead to more perivascular cells. The more perivascular cells, the more rejuvenation or the repair mechanism in the body. So that's what one area of research what we do. And here in this picture, you see Dr. Johnny Heward with his award. He won a prestigious Kappa Delta award for his discovery for MDSCs as a young investigator, and he also received the same award as for the Lifetime Achievement Award. So he won the same award twice, and that award is considered as the Nobel Prize of the orthopedic research. So such a great man as the great research. So it is really fortunate for me to work with him on this research. And a second research area that what we're doing is, so in the stem cell pool, when you have the stem cells are the heterogeneous mixture. It is not one type of cells. So it has the endothelial cells, perivascular cells, muscle forming cells or the different types of cells. So they're all progenitor cells. They're all stem cells. They have the stemness. Stem makes the branches in a tree. The same thing like stem cell makes a different type of phenotype, like a stem cells making actual cells. So what happened is in that stem cell pool, there is another type of cells called as senescent cells. What happens? Senescent cells are the turned off cells. They don't divide, but they mimic like cancer cells. They mimic in terms of DNA damage, but they are not cancer cells. Cancer cells have a DNA damage. They divide unconditional, uncontrolled. But these senescent cells, they have a DNA damage, but they don't have the ability to divide. So they just stop dividing. But even those cells, the small percentage of those cells, they secrete growth factor, the factors they called as senescence associated secretory phenotypes. So those are called as SASPs. So those SASPs, they cause microenvironment damage. So they cause damage to the cells around those cells. So that is the bad thing about the senescent cells. So they're the turn off cells. So if you don't remove those senescent cells from the pool of stem cells, that will cause detrimental effect on the senescent cells. The stem cells. So that is actually the phenomenon of senescence, and we can find senescent cells everywhere, depending upon the lifestyle, depending upon the age, depending upon multiple factors, but mainly related to the aging factor. So as we age, the senescence becomes more. So if the senescence is more, the damage is more to the microenvironment, to the tissues. So that is how we have to eliminate those cells. So people discover different supplements, different drugs to specifically target those cells and kill them. And they were, and then reports there were very successful reports to eliminate these cells from the body. So we have been working on these senescent cells, and then we are working on one compound called as fisetin, which is a strawberries derived antioxidant, the flavonoid based supplement, which is not a prescription drug, which is a supplement. So that is known to specifically kill these cells in a potent way, with a high percentage. So what we hypothesized based on the other reports of our collaborators, if the senescent cells, say for example, if you take a piece of fat or piece of muscle, and if you isolate the stem cells from that piece of fat or piece of muscle, and when you examine how many senescent cells are there, by using markers or different ways, and then if we find out there is a 20% or 30%, whatever the percent of the cells, so if we take out those cells by using flow cytometry, like sorting of those cells, inject back into the mouse model, those senescent cells will cause osteoarthritis. So the mouse model will never develop osteoarthritis in its 2 years lifespan, but these cells will cause osteoarthritis. So our hypothesis is, if these cells are there in the body, so we need to remove them. Otherwise, they cause osteoarthritis, they cause diabetes, they cause heart disease, they can cause any kind of disease condition, and they can even worse the pre-existing disease condition. So we have to eliminate them. So if you see this picture to the two mouse models, two mice, on the left side, you see before clearance of the senescent cells, and on the right side, you see after clearance of the senescent cells. So the mouse model is fed with drugs called as senolytics. That is a xenotherapeutics. That means which lyse the senescent cells called the senolytics. So if you administer those supplements, so they will cause the elimination of senescent cells and improve the health span and the lifespan of the animal model. So I see the fur, the change in the eyes, the change in the ear, the change in the tail, the change in the hutch. So you will see a lot of improvement in those animal models. So this is the second area of research. And finally, third area of research, what we do is, of course, we have a clinical trial approved by FDA. We are conducting this clinical trial in our own facility using fisetin, the senescence, to remove the senescent cells. And thirdly, So there are multiple areas of research, but I'm not going into other areas. But these are the top research areas that we're working on. So thirdly, there is a growth factors in the body, TGF-beta, the transforming growth factor, and also VEGF, the vascular endothelial growth factors. So these two growth factors are very, very important. VEGF is important for the muscle repair. The TGF-beta, the transforming growth factor, is important for the cartilage repair. Cartilage means the joint, the bone joints, where the cartilage is the junction of the joints. So that is the cartilage. So what we hypothesize is based on our research. Dr. Heward is a key discoverer. So what we saw is if we have the VEGF in the bone repair, say for example, and the VEGF will cause the detrimental effect on the bone repair. And if we have TGF-beta in the muscle repair, and then the TGF-beta will cause scar tissue. That means the fibrotic tissue in the muscle, and then that will become detrimental. So, for example, if we have the stem cells in the cardiovascular repair, and then the wound happens, and the wound has to be healed very in a good way. Otherwise, the scar forms, and the scar, any amount of scar in the muscle, in the heart tissue, or in the joint tissue, that is more detrimental. We don't care about the scar on our face, on our skin. Outside is a cosmetic issue, but any amount of scar inside the body is detrimental. So we're finding ways to remove that scar. So what we found is there is a procedure called as microfracture. Microfracture is a surgical procedure. The reason I'm telling about microfracture in particular is our institute, the Steadman Philippon Research Institute, the Steadman Clinic in Vail, that is the birthplace of this technique called microfracture. And Dr. Steadman, who is a pioneer in knee surgery, so he invented this microfracture. That means a fracture around a fracture. So in olden days, my grandma used to do a chronic wound when I fall down, and if I develop a chronic wound. So we know this is a old technique. So they cut on the wound. So they make a wound on a wound. So the newly formed wound will heal the chronic wound. So that is the idea. So I talked this idea with Dr. Steadman, the inventor of this microfracture. So microfracture is something very similar to that. So if there is a fracture and we make the holes around the fracture, and the induced holes will become the source of growth factors and stem cells, and they come out of those holes and they heal the actual fracture. That is called as microfracture. But what happens when the holes are made, those holes become the source of blood and other factors. And if the blood is there in the cartilage, and that becomes detrimental. So what we found is, we can specifically block these growth factors like VEGF, and we can specifically control the optimum dose of TGF-beta in the joint, and we can improve the microfracture outcome. Sometimes what happens if the microfracture technique fails or is not successful, the patient had to come back to the surgery, they had to go for another surgery, and they had to go for hip replacement or joint replacement surgery. A lot of things happen. The pain comes back, the osteoarthritis will come back. So what we try to do is, how about if we block those growth factors that are impeding the microfracture success? So what we found is, Dr. Heward, our team, so we did the drug discovery screening of thousands and thousands of compounds, and we found that a TGF-beta blocker like a losartan, which is a drug by FDA, which is a hypertension drug, that can block the TGF-beta, and then we can improve the microfracture. So the patient is given this small dose of hypertension drug, which is BP drug, like blood pressure drug, and that blood pressure drug will help to block this TGF-beta in the joint, and we see the outcome. See here in this picture, the down there, the defect, the knee joint, the defect in the rabbit model, and then the defect did die. The animal tried to heal by itself, but it did not. So when you did the microfracture, and microfracture did help the animal to heal the defect. And when you had the microfracture plus blood pressure medication, and then that helped the animal to heal a large amount. So we have a good cartilage. So I stopped here. I don't want to go in much in details. Maybe some other time we can schedule another meeting, and then we can go into the research details. So that is the research what we are doing. So here, my brief journey. So if you have any questions, I can take the questions at the end of the lecture. Here, what is happening here, my brief journey. So you will be amazed. I mean, you may laugh at me. So what Sudhir's thinking was when he was, but I want to be honest as much as far as possible, because I want to share my experience, what I was thinking, how I end up, and how the turns in the life took place. So I just want to give you every detail. And then I'm hoping that will inspire at least few today, and will get benefit out of my lecture. So here, my journey here, what is happening in when I was in 9th class, I thought of becoming a paper boy to throw the papers. I mean, newspapers. So you may ask me, why is that the motivation for that? So I come from a lower middle class family. I can't even say that middle class family is lower. So we had financial problems, and and family problems too. I mean, I don't want to go more in details, but there are problems. The problems are problems. So I had a strong feeling that I should help myself, and I should help my family. So how can I help my family is if I earn by myself, and if I support myself, and if I not become a burden to my family, that itself is a kind of help to my family. So I thought of becoming independent. So I thought of becoming a paper boy in 9th class, but I did not work because the family did not agree that. And when I was in undergrad, my uncle thought of buying a 3,000 video camera for me, and then make me a video cameraman to go to wedding ceremonies and other different things. So his idea was good. I mean, he was thinking that I can become independent, I can earn by myself, and I can support myself. So that can help my education. So that was the idea, but it did not work. I mean, we did not buy that. I mean, we don't have that much money to buy that video camera and then go for that profession. And I applied when I was in BSc. Then I applied to substaff. They call it the Group 4 exams. So in Indian language, it is called as a peon, office attendant, office boy. So I went to interview, and then they said, no, you're not qualified for this because you have first class, and then you not go. So then I didn't get that job too. So then I went to write some clerk jobs, bank clerk jobs. And my lecturer, my BSc lecturer, he said, I mean, why are you coming here? Why are you writing these exams? Go and write and prepare for bank manager exams. So that was the thing. So I did not get a clerk job there. So then I went to after my BSc, I wrote a BEd exam, and I got a good rank, and I got a free seat. Then I calculated how much it cost to pay the hostel fees. Then it came up to 600 rupees in 1997. And we didn't have that much money to pay. So as a free seat, but I want to become a teacher, obviously. I want to become a teacher, and then I want to go in Kurnool. Then I did not get that, so I had to drop that idea. And what happened here, the funny thing, I had a good friend. So I spent some money, like 400 rupees, on our BSc for farewell. So my friend, this is a story. I'm not going into research here, please. This is very normal story. I just want to tell you a story here. So I think maybe another 25 minutes, maybe I should be completing this. So the story here is I spent money out of nothing because I don't have money, but I still spent. I saved some pocket money, and then I spent with that. And my friend Kishore, so he was moved by that. And he said, I mean, Sudhir, how come I took money from you? I want to pay it back. I said, I refuse to take it, man. Hey, these are friends. I mean, I don't want. So days passed by, and then one day he bought an application for MSc Virology. He bought the application, $400, 400 rupees. And he bought the application and he gave it to me. And he said, you apply this. I said, MSc Virology is a very specialized course. I don't know if I'm eligible. I mean, if I can do research. I'm struggling now. I don't have money. And then he said, you write this exam for my sake. So I wrote an exam and I got a seat. And I got a seat, then I realized BEd is 600 rupees, hostel fees, and then MSc Virology is a free because my aunt was living in Tirupati. So I thought I could stay there. Free food, free shelter, free. I could get some help from them. So it was not selfish feeling. That was my condition that time. So then I joined MSc. And then when I'm going to university, my best friends, my childhood friends' dad was also sitting on the same city bus, and he was telling me, prompting me behind, Sudhir, you are doing a mistake. Why are you giving up the BEd seat? I mean, he did not know that I could not pay 600 rupees, but I could not explain that. Then I just decided, and I took my decision, and then I took MSc Virology. And that changed my life, actually. And MSc Virology is a next level of education. I mean, it's not like coming and going. It's not coming to, and it's academics, but it's not only academics. It was, I'm sorry? Hello? Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. So I think it's not only the education, but it was shaping an individual. It is training an individual for next level of research or next level of education or next level of career goals or next level of accomplishments or challenges. So it was, I see MSc Virology is not only an academic course for me, but like I said in the beginning, the people around me, the environment around me, the help around me. So that helped me to make me a person to face the challenges, to see the big picture of the world of academics. So that helped me a lot, and I think I did well in the class, and I stood third in the class. And then when you get top 3 in the class, then you will be able to go outside the university to do your project work to NIMHANS, to IISc, different places. But I could not go because I don't have that much money to support myself, for the hostel, for the room, for the food. So I told Dr. Sai Gopal sir, I said, sir, I cannot go. I will go to veterinary college to do my project work. So that was free again, because it's a local place, and then I can go. And then I had a bicycle that my uncle bought, which was met in an accident, bus lorry. It was a crash under the lorry. So they repaired, and then they gave it to me when I was in intermediate. And then I was using the same bicycle for whole intermediate, 2 years intermediate, 3 years BSc, 2 years MSc, and then project work, and then post-MSc work at the veterinary college. I was using that same bicycle. Never felt ashamed of that. Never felt guilt, but a burning desire. Want to accomplish. I want to stand on my feet. So my father died during my MSc. Although I was living with my aunt and uncle because of family reasons, but the emotion that affected me. So a lot of things I had to handle, a lot of things. And Professor Srinivasulu sir, late Professor Srinivasulu sir, really encouraged me. I could not stand. One day I could not sit in the class. I was crying, emotional. I just walked out of the class. A lot of things happened. But the long story short is I joined CVSE, College of Veterinary Science in Tirupati, and to do my MSc project work. And I did well. I mean, I sincerely did that. And I saved some money to do the field works, to go to Kurnool, to go to different places to collect the samples, from to Produttur, from Badville, different places. So to collect the samples from the animals to screen the viruses, that is bovine herpes virus 1, and I did my sincerely did the job, and after that, and that was under Dr. Vagan Reddy, who is a professor now in veterinary college in Rajendra Nagar. So I did good job, and I was doing that MSc, and I also worked in private college in Tirupati to earn some money. I was teaching industrial biotechnology for 2 years, and also as a desire. I mean, you may laugh at me, but this was my desire. I wanted to open up a barber shop as a side business. But that dream didn't come true. My friends still they make fun of me because that is still pending. I still have a barber shop to open up. I don't know. This was my aim, but I cut my hair myself for the past 13 years. So I trim my hair. So this is that was one of the phases. Then, so what I did in project work is I really work hard. I mean, I don't want to boast myself, but I had to admit here. My friends always used to tell me, they say, Sudhir, do a project work, don't do a PhD. This is not your PhD. This is a project work. Do project work, don't do PhD. But I did consider that as a PhD. I did work long hours, late hours in the lab, day and night. I mean, I thought this is my opportunity. I did not want to lose this. I had to work hard, and it really helped me. And I got it. And then I determined that time that I should pursue a PhD if someone gives me a fellowship, if I get a fellowship, if someone pays me that, because I cannot afford to go for another education. I cannot lose time also. I had to work, get some earning. And if I get a chance to do a PhD, I will do that. So, and then I determined that. One day, I mean, I finished my IASC, my MSc, and I got the ICAR fellowship to work under Dr. Vagan Reddy, same lab in Tirupati Veterinary College. And then during that process, I went to IASC. Dr. late Professor Srinivasulu sir recommended me to go to IISc and get trained in monoclonal antibodies. And I worked with Dr. Anjali Karande in biochemistry, and then got exposure. And during the same time, I got Reddy's Labs interview. Dr. D.V.R. Sai Gopal sir called me, and then he said, they're looking for the candidate. If you want, you go. And then I went to the interview, and I did 100% well. And then got selected on the spot. They gave me money for my trip charges. They put me good food. And then I came home. And then on the same day, I got offer from Dr. Pradeep Seth, who was the head of the Department of Microbiology in AIIMS. And at that time, my friend Prasad was there. And this funny thing. So he said, Sudhir, you help me. I want to help you. And I just want to say that, I mean, friends are really helpful. True friends are really helpful. And I said, I mean, thank you for your help offered to me, Prasad, but I got a job in Reddy's lab. I cannot come. But he said, there is a chance for your PhD. That triggered me. That struck me. If there is a chance for PhD, I'm ready to leave this. Then I moved to AIIMS, Delhi, and then I called Reddy's Labs. And I said, thank you. I'm sorry, but I had to go for this. I have to pursue PhD. And then I moved to Delhi, and I joined there. In the beginning, it was not a smooth beginning. It was rough. It was a project. It was not PhD. And I was uncertain whether I'm going to get PhD or not. Then I called Reddy's Lab again. Things are not going well. So I don't know if I get my PhD admission here, but I want to get the job. So then they say the doors are closed. So then I had to continue my PhD. And then I liked the environment of IISc, but I did not like the AIIMS. But my friend really helped me. And he taught me certain things that I'm going to show those things. And he told me one important thing here is, before going into those slides, I just want to tell you, see, when you come to this odd environment, you have to swim against the tide. You have to swim against the tide. Otherwise, you cannot withstand. The world is like that. The world is like that, and you have to learn to swim. If you don't know how to swim, you have to learn to swim. And there is no choice. You have to swim against the tide to succeed. That is number one. Number two, if you don't like this place, what is a guarantee that if you go to another place, that place is good, is better than this? What is a guarantee? So if the place you go by living here, so if that place is also like this, what do? You cannot come back and you cannot sustain there. So you have to learn to swim against the tide. That really struck me. And then I really went through, and then I stayed there, and then I finished my PhD in 2006, and then I got married in 2005, and then I moved to US in 2006 October to do my postdoctoral fellowship in University of Pittsburgh, and I moved to Vail, Colorado in 2016 December to do the current job. So this is the whole story. This is the whole story. I mean, you can imagine how my mind was going in different directions. At one point, I wanted to become a paper boy. I wanted to become a cameraman. I wanted to become a peon. I wanted to open up a barbershop. I wanted to become a teacher. And then all these things went on, leaving a job at Ready Labs, went on to PhD, and now I got PhD. Now I'm here. So this is a life journey. So, and in this journey, there are people, those who influenced me. The late Professor Srinivasulu sir, and Professor D.V.R. Saigopal sir, Professor Hema, Madam. These are all the faculties in the Department of Virology. Like I said before, these are not only teachers and mentors, they taught me the life lessons. So, I mean, in the time of trouble, I mean, say, if you cannot sustain, how you want to evolve without forgetting the foundation, without forgetting the roots that you received. So I thank them very much. And here at the bottom, you see Professor Narasimha Reddy sir and Professor Srinivasulu sir, Professor Vijay Krishna sir. They're all faculty at the Veterinary Institute in the College of Veterinary Science at Tirupati. And although Dr. Y.N. Reddy sir was my mentor, my project mentor, but Professor Srinivasulu sir and Professor Vijay Krishna sir, they also guided me. I mean, loved me. I mean, they say, I never felt that I'm a different person. I'm a separate person. I felt that I'm one among that kind of big family. So my encouragement is, you see the bright side of that. We have to see the bright side of the environment. What is the strengths of that environment? What we can learn from that. That is a rich environment. Then the experience, they can speak in few words. Say if Dr. Saigopal sir say, I asked so many questions. I mean, I was a little scared of I was scared of Professor Srinivasulu sir, but I was asking so many questions to Dr. Saigopal sir. A number of questions. He was patiently answering me. See, that was the wisdom that we can get from them. Say that I gained. That's what I can explain you. And even today, Professor Srinivasulu sir, Professor Vijay Krishna sir, they're all in touch with me. I'm in touch with them. So there's a relationship is there. That is the bridge that we should we should build and we should walk upon. And if we cross the bridge, we can learn a lot of things. If we don't build that, if we don't cross that, then we're losing something. So that is my personal experience. And finally, Professor Seth, he was my PhD guide, and I was the last PhD student for him, and he helped me, and he is a wonderful person. He he is not only a highly funded faculty in the country, but a nice human being. So he helped me to give me the chance and to work with him for PhD. So I thank all these faculty members, and they help, and they're shaping me to accomplish some goals in life. And finally, this is my boss, my mentor, Dr. Johnny Hoover. And he accomplished a lot at a very young age, and he gave me a chance to work with him. And he's a busy person, but I traveled with him. That was a private jet. That was an opportunity given to me to travel with him to different places. So so we work on many things. I learned a lot from him, and although he's a discoverer of muscle-derived stem cells and accomplished a lot, but he's very humble, down to earth. So so these are so my experience is we not only learn the subject from them, but they always give something back to us to grow in our lives. And Dr. Sethi always used to say that if I'm in this position of the head of the department, so I reached the level where people built a wall, brick over the brick, brick over the brick. They built a wall and they placed me on top of that. So that is what he sees, that there are so many bricks underneath him. So to see him in the top position. Same thing, Dr. Hewitt always says that there's so much of investment to come to this level. So it is not like overnight. We have to have some persistence, patience, and we should have hardworking and then commitment, self-beginning, self-starting. A lot of things are involved in. So I'm not that qualified to say that, but this is all my life experience, what I observed. So here, I'm going to finish up very soon, a few more slides, and then I'm going to finish it here. These are my friends. These are my friends. Friends are really amazing. Like I said, a friend in the center, this is a guy, this is the one, Kishore, who bought a MSc application for me. I'm like you. I was like this. You can see me. I was shouting and making some mischievous things in the college, and but that was a life. We should have that. And my childhood friends, Joseph, Shakira, Adi, my school friends. This is my BSc friend. These are all my BSc friends. And my MSc classmate, Raju, who was my roommate, also my PhD roommate. And we shared a lot of things, open talk. And he was the person by looking me biking every day to university from Korlagunta in Tirupati, Krishnareddy Thota. Chala venakala untundi, chala dooram adi. Akkadi nundi nenu cycle dokkuntu roju vastunte, he felt sad, and he said, don't come by bicycle, okay? I'm going to pick you up every day, and you don't have to pay for the petrol, and I will bring my TVS 50, I'll pick you up. And then later on, he bought Hero Honda, and all the days of my MSc, he gave me a ride. And then it was so wonderful to have him in my life as friend. And here, Prasad, this on the right bottom, he's my close friend too, MSc batchmate. So he helped me to show the way to AIIMS. So when you help people, that help will come back to you some way. That is my experience. Out of nothing, I gave something, then I got something bigger. You know what I mean to say? I gave something out of nothing, and in return, I got something bigger than expected. So the MSc application, AIIMS opportunity. So these are all opportunities. And on top right, you see the friends at AIIMS campus. So I'm not showing all those, but we need friends, good friends. There's a valuable time, and we have to learn to spend that valuable time with them. And family is very, very important. You see here, and I was telling that I could not afford I could not afford 600 rupees in 1997 to go to B.Ed and all that. But that's not a complaint. But I'm sharing my experience. So here on the left side, there's a famous picture cartoon. You can see that. Never complain about the things that your parents could not give you. Never. They could give what they had. If you see this child, he had 2 shoes, but one from father, one from mother. But if you see mother and father's shoes, they had shoes, but they're not in a good shape. They're worn off. See, they're not in a good shape. So the good shoe, whatever the good shoe was left, was given to the son, or to the child. That was only they had. It was probably all they had. That's all. So I never complained. And on the right side here, your family will protect you, no matter in all the conditions, circumstances. They will feed you. So there is always something that we can get from family and friends. Family includes your parents like I had in my case, my aunt and my uncle, wife and children and relatives, and family like virology. Like I said, family like virology. When my father passed away, and Professor Srinivas called me, and he said, hey, there is a opportunity for you. There were interviews going on in Bliss Hotel in Tirupati. If you're interested, go there. And there was a company called Cipla Pharmaceuticals. They were hiring medical reps. So maybe you can get a chance and then you can go there. And I respected that. I went there and I talked good English with them. And then they said, go to some 5th floor or something and take the elevator. Elevator means the lift. That was a glass lift. Very high, very sophisticated, very, very posh lift. I did not know how to operate that. And then I felt ashamed. And then I said, okay, thank you very much. But I will come back later. Then I walked out, and then I looked back the hotel, and then I said, I'm not going there. I don't know how to operate the lift. And I'm going away. I'm walking away from here. Then I did not. So the point I'm trying to say here is they cared for me. They cared for students. Otherwise, why did they have to tell me about go there and then go take the opportunities? So family like virology department. That's why I'm saying that many people have different experiences, but this is my experience. And I go to church sometimes. I also cry. I'm also human. I have emotions. And sometimes I could not take it more. And go to church and then pray. God help me. Then Lord will help us. So my motivation to you here is, this is in Telugu, say, have an aim. Have an aim and work hard. You must work hard, as if there is no other chance. This is your chance. People say that there is a plan A, plan B. I still believe in that, plan A and plan B. But sometimes if plan A doesn't work, you have to use a plan B. But to accomplish plan A, we can use plan B. See, my plan A was PhD, and the plan B was jobs, biotechnology teaching, some other jobs, go for the jobs, get something. But the ultimate goal is plan A. So people say that if plan A doesn't work, go to plan B. That's right. But some people say that if we have plan B, if there is no plan B, then you will work for only plan A. That is also correct. But in my case, the plan A was PhD. To accomplish plan A, I had to use plan B to come there in a reverse order. So my goal, my encouragement here is we have to work hard. I mean, you can see this, all this in Telugu is there, and then this is going to be recorded. So you can see this. We have to work hard. And this is me. When I was in school, I was passionate about science. When I was in 9th grade, so we made a biological battery using Calotropis gigantea, the Gilead oculu, and we made a biological battery, and that was published in Andhra Jyoti, came up on TV. And then the funny thing is, we didn't have a TV to watch me on the TV. So I had to run to the neighbor's house to watch me on TV. So that was the situation. But I followed my passion. And I looked into opportunities, and then I took a calculated risk, and then that was me jumping on the rope, then a zip line. Then I went on. This is me, and I was Sudhir in 9th grade, and now me in this position. So a lot of people helped, friends, family, and professors, faculty, department, and pray, work hard, and all that. So that will help. So my goal was, when I came to USA, to work only for 2 to 4 years and then go back to India and then get a job. But I got training in gene therapy and viral vectors. And then then I explored, there are multiple things we can do from virology. So I was studying basic virology because my PhD was on HIV. So in postdoc, I was studying immunology, HIV pathogenesis, all the chemokines and all those cytokines and immunology. Then I learned that, the virology can also be used in different ways, to use it as gene therapy vehicles to engineer the viral vectors. So then I got training in gene therapy. Then I applied the gene therapy virology to engineer stem cells. That is called tissue engineering. Then I decided to pursue my career in stem cells using all these technologies. So the virology actually helped me to reach these positions. So these positions really helped me to go into career goals. So here, the virology was kind of a foundation to emerge into different fields of research and also different long-term career goals. So now I'm studying stem cells and multidisciplinary research projects with Dr. Heward. So, but like I said, I waited 1 year to get my position with Dr. Heward. So here, a few thoughts from experience. I don't want to go, and after this, I'm going to close, and then we can open up for the discussion. So what I would like to tell you is, you may accept or not, but this is my experience. I'm not telling again, I'm not qualified to say, to give you some tips, but this is what I learned from my life experience only. So here, what I learned is, accept the fact. Accept the fact means, what is your strength? What is your weakness? I don't have money. I don't have money. I don't have opportunity. I don't have opportunity. What is my strength where I can use that? So, manaku samat undi kada Telugulo, ఏ చెట్టుకంత గాలి ఏ మంచానికి అంత కాలు చాపుకోవడం అని. So that is the same thing. Know the fact and work on that. And then grow from there. So grow from there. Secondly, adapt to the environment. So environment is against you. You have to adapt to that. You have to adapt to the environment, overcome that environment. My mentor, Dr. Heward, always says that we have to adapt. If we don't adapt, we're out. We're out of the game. So we cannot sustain in the game. So the game means cricket, whatever the game it is. So if the game is changing, we're losing the game, then we'll adapt that. We have to overcome that. We have to swim against the tide and understand the other person. So for example, if my boss, if the faculty is angry or something, but we have to understand that. We have to understand their feelings. Why are they like that? So for example, my friend told me, say, what do you do if you are in their shoes? What do you do if they're in their shoes? They have a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. They're carrying a lot of burden on their shoulders. They have responsibility of the family, responsibility of the school, responsibility of the students, responsibility of the overall administration. A lot of things are there. So what do you do if you're in that position, in their spot? Think about that. So we have to understand the other person also. And the fourth is, learn to swim against the odds. Like I said, against the odds, any odds, learn to swim against that. And know that every day is a new day. You got some upset day, dull day, but next day, go fresh and go into the fields, into the game with a fresh mind and begin your day. So that is, we should not forget that. And I told my wife also, this is a new day we have to sustain in this family. And another thing is be professional. Professional in the sense, sometimes we get grudges, we get differences. There are differences of opinions, but that does not disrupt your professionalism. That should not disturb that. So you have to be professional, even if you don't like the person, but you talk to him professionally. Even if you don't like the environment, but you have to behave professionally. That is the professional environment. And work hard. Work hard. Work hard. That means do not work and don't hurt yourself. You need to have some time for yourself, read some book, some kind of enjoyment, and then family, friends. Then you have to work hard, and then that should be continued. And next one is be a self-starter, be self-motivated. There is nobody. If you come to, when I come here, less people to talk, less people to motivate, less people to inspire. They expect more from you. So you have to be self-sufficient to motivate yourself and also begin the day. It's like a self-starter, and you have to plan the day before what is your day going to be tomorrow, and build your character. Like that is a character builds the bridge, and bridge build the communication. That is my experience. If you don't have a character, if you don't have a personality, if you don't have a interpersonal relationship, then we cannot build the bridge. So if we don't build the bridge, then we cannot communicate with the other person. And be ready to work outside the job title. Say, I'm a deputy director, but I have to do some things outside of the title. I have to. Even the CEOs do that. I saw CEOs doing that outside their title. They step down, they come down, and then they do. Because that is for the growth of the meeting. There's a growth of the institute, the growth of the team. For the benefit of the team, they will do sometimes outside the box to help to nurture the team. So that is very, very important. And also be honest and admit your mistake, if any mistake is there. That means I would say that instead of wasting our time on something wrong, say, this is a mistake I committed. I'm sorry about this. I will not repeat this, but let's move on to the next step from there. Otherwise, if you don't admit, if you don't close that loop on the spot, then you cannot move to the next step. So be honest and admit soon. And importantly, what I learned, don't say no to any work. This is not my work. I don't know this work. I cannot do this work. Don't say that. If you don't know, learn. If you cannot, you make yourself make it happen, and you spend more time on that. That is a key point in this whole thing. And my boss, my Dr. Heward, he always says that. I don't say no, but you had to adapt that. Yeah, you had to adapt, and you had to learn to the new things and make it happen. And finally, you need to have a smile on your face. You need to have a smile. My friends, I'm telling you, you need to have a smile. And people familiar, we smile like this with our lips touching like this. But you have to smile, you have to show your teeth. That is a healthy smile. Really important. That will help you to refresh in your mind. That will help you to face the day. That will help you in many, many ways. And finally, help each other. Like I help my friends help me. That is a bridge that we can always help that. So with that, I'm going to close. And I thank you for attention. I thank you for this opportunity, Dr. Hema, Madam. Thank you so much. And everybody here. And we have less time, but I'm open to any questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sudhir. It was just wonderful and really amazing story, and really touched with all your gesture. Thank you so much for all the kindness and love that you showed in the presentation.
Thank you.
Just to sum up Sudhir's lecture, Sudhir started his lecture by touching upon his research discoveries, like He started with the muscle stem cell discovery by his mentor, Dr. Johnny Howard, and the clinical trials that they have done with muscle stem cells using mouse models. And these muscle stem cells are derived from blood vessels, and it's just very, very wonderful to hear about it. And then he explained about the second area of research on senescent cells and how important it is to remove those senescent cells for the healthy aging. And then he touched the third area of research by blocking the growth factors to avoid the detrimental effects, especially using the drug that they discovered, which can be used for the blocking of TGF beta. Then he said about the journey, which is really, really amazing. And I really don't know, Sudhir, that there are many things that I remember very well about your father's expiry thing, and then how we consoled, all that I could able to remember that. But the other side of the story as a MSc student, and before that from 9th class to MSc, I really don't know about these things, because I think we were not that close to share all those things. Maybe Sai Gopal sir would know so many things, and really, really amazing. And I really feel that it is something really great that you accepted all those things and you shared some of those minor things also, which is really, really important. I think very few people will have that courage to accept some of these things. Sometimes you don't even tell about those things to others actually, but in this platform you shared all of those memories and experiences. It's really, really wonderful, Sudhir. I'm really touched with your gesture actually. And I'm so glad that Professor M. Srinivasa Reddy sir and Professor Vijay Bhaskar sir are still in the meeting, and I thought with their academic schedules and busy works, so they will not be there, but I'm so glad that they are there still. And I would like to request Professor Sai Gopal sir to just give his feeling, what he felt after hearing to Sudhir.
Yes,
So,
like Sudhir. Yeah. So you recall my journey of virology because with you, I know I recall all the what you made lot of things. So you struggled. We know that how your really friend Prasad and Raju, Kishore.
Yes,
Where is Kishore now?
The Kishore is actually my BSc classmate, sir, not the
not
MSc.
the Kishore, sir. The other Kishore is in US actually.
Yes, you are also Kishore in US.
Yeah.
I think Raju is also good position and Prasad also there.
Yes,
because
sir.
you are in the Ames. I think I came to Ames.
Yes, sir.
There are 11 people are there in the Ames. That is a wonderful batch I enjoyed in the Ames guest house. And
Yes,
I think I stayed. So I think I felt very happy that Prasad went Ames and he took all the virology people there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I think I'm proud to say in that time there are 11 students of virology with it, right? So
Yes,
this
sir.
is a golden period of virology in Ames.
Yes, sir.
Recently we had a good webinar with Pradeep sir. And,
very nice.
Yeah, I went to Delhi 4 years back. I met him personally. He recalled all the old memories of virology, SV University. That's how the virology has very strong and aims by given a viral department of SVU.
Yes,
right? Like you,
yes,
the people who did hard work and the core hard workers, and both the personal life and also scientific life. I think I felt very happy. I recall my memories of the when I was in the SVU. So Narasimha Reddy from Veterinary College, and then a lot of things are now I remembering one by one all things. So with your journey, I also remembered my long journey in the SVU. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Wish you all the best. I see that you should go in, high goals in abroad, and you have to serve the Department of Virology to pay our students also. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I request Professor M. Srinivasa Reddy, sir, Principal of SVU College of Sciences, to tell about his feelings after hearing to Sudhir's journey. So, please.
Dr. Sudhir, it is a heart-touching journey. Really
Thank you.
wonderful one.
Thank you,
It
sir.
is- what you cherish the moments, definitely we have to keep remember, and it will pave way for the young students to take up such kind of stubbornness. ముఖ్యంగా ఆ స్టబర్నెస్ ఆ డెసిషన్ మేకింగ్ దట్స్ more important for a student. After hearing you, we too, I myself too had a lot of things learned from your journey. Really, it's a wonderful journey, and definitely you will rise to a greater heights with the blessings of teachers like Professor Sai Gopal, my best friend, and other teachers. Definitely, and all the things you described, it will be get emulated by our student community. Taking your things and suggestions, our students will rise to greater heights. Thank you. It's a wonderful journey. Would touch my heart. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
I congratulate both Shai Gopal and Hema for having a good student like this, Sudhir. Really wonderful to hear you, Sudhir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Sai, I have to congratulate you first.
So he is one of the best students in the virology batch.
Yeah.
So he's like, how struggled a lot when you were a student. I think still I remembered his voice. Still I'm seeing the word Sudhir in the face.
Yeah, Sai, struggling is different. Attaining a greater heights is most important. That's most important. So that we have to take into consideration. Prati student ఆయన చూసి నేర్చుకోవాల్సింది struggling is different.
Yes.
And aiming at a greater heights and achieving the pinnacle is the most important. Really wonderful. Hema, I congratulate you for the wonderful event you have initiated with Sudhir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, the very purpose of having this lecture starting with Sudhir itself is that many students these days, sir, many students are getting demotivated, and they're not opting for research by having some of the speculations and misconceptions. So for small things, they are getting demotivated, and though they have passion, they're not going forward. So, and Sudhir is a wonderful example, and for the hard work and the determination that he had to reach to the goal and to do his PhD by having all the struggles and difficulties. And every student has to learn from this example, live example, and they have to move forward with all the difficulties and problems that they had. I think it is very important to take this lesson, as Principal Sir said. It's very important to get the lesson from this webinar. Actually, it's not about science all the time, but it is about so many other things actually. Sir, I think Vijayabhaskar sir left, I guess, because he said that he is having some other meeting. Yeah. So I request our faculty members, either Charita Devi, Ranjini, or Narasimha, if you want to add up something to the Sudhir's talk, please.
Hema, just a minute.
Yes, sir.
If you arrange one more lecture on the specialized virology for the students of virology and research students, that will be very nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We need to arrange, sir. Actually, sir, I need to accept the fact that we bought this Zoom meeting for last month.
Yes, conference.
This thing's conference. So it is getting expired on 24. So with that thing, because we can record with this package, sir.
Okay.
So otherwise, if you take up that Z-Meet, then we cannot record it, and it will be problem for the NAC purposes and all. We need to give some evidence also. So I requested Sudhir, because we were thinking about this since long time. I think almost 1 year ago, I have asked Sudhir and he has accepted, but it didn't materialize somehow. So immediately I asked Sudhir, he immediately accepted, and it got materialized, sir. But it's really important to have this lecture series continuously on research also, because we have so many alumni who have settled and who are really working as HODs of bigger institutes, actually. So everybody will have a journey to share with, I guess, and I think it's a big source of inspiration for all the students to get to know about those stories actually. Sudhir, really, I must congratulate and thank you so much for all the kind gesture and presentation, wonderful presentation. Okay, Charita, would you like to talk? Yes, please.
First of all, let me congratulate Dr. Sudhir. I congratulate you for giving such a talk which enlightened and enriched and also energized all the students of virology as well as the other students who attended the program. Thank you so much for giving such a good talk, a general talk, I can say.
Thank you,
and I have two more which is a general one. So in India, generally the people who are suffering with this knee pain, the hospitals, they are advertising that they're doing some regenerative treatment for the knee pain. Is it true it will work out, or maybe I thought it is a treatment with stem cells only? Am I right, or is any other?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So since it is recording, I can only tell what is in the clinic right now. The short answer is yes, it works. Because like I said in my description in the introduction, so the PRP, the platelet-rich plasma, which is rich in the growth factors, so that can be used as a non-surgical intervention. That means without surgeries. If anyone comes with a pain, knee pain, so depending upon the evaluation of the pain scores, so the patient's own blood be drawn, and then the PRP can be prepared, and PRP can be injected into the knee joint or wherever the joint is there, and that can really help to reduce the pain. And in some cases, when surgeon does a surgery, so we can combine the PRP also in the surgery. So the combination of surgical intervention and the biologics like PRP, so they can really help to alleviate the pain of a person. But the pain, the other factors, what is actually causing the pain? So for example, if the cartilage tissue is all gone, if the bone is on the bone with no cartilage tissue in between them, that is more painful condition. Otherwise, if the surgical procedure is failed, so what is exactly causing the pain to occur? So that is more important to evaluate the patients first. And then we come up with the solutions like PRP injections, sometimes bone marrow injections, and surgery and the biologics, some supplements. So those all could help in alleviating the pain.
And one more thing, you mentioned that this one of the compound that is isolated from
Strawberry.
Strawberry,
Yes.
which works to kill the senescent cells. So
yes.
in India, we don't take strawberry. We don't like to take strawberry. Is there any other fruit that is available to have such type of?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I think I did some research on the Indian fruits. One of the fruit, what I believe to have that supplement, that flavonoid, is regipandu. We call it Jujubaju zypus.
Yes.
So that is So that is known to have some life expectancy compounds, ma'am. But it is not completely proven. But this is my observation. So there are many fruits in our country. I mean, in India also. But there's a lot of research to be done to confirm, to prove that concept. But the quercetin-related compounds may be present in citrus fruits. We don't know. Citrus family fruits. We don't know.
Go also.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So some of the fruits, they're extinct, ma'am. I mean, say in my childhood, chinnappudu bikki pandlani, regi pandlani, రకరకాల పండ్లు ఉన్నాయి. సో అవన్నీ తినే మన వాళ్ళు పూర్వీకులు చాలా కాలం బతికారు. సో ఇప్పుడు వాటిని రీసెర్చ్ చేస్తామంటే కూడా అవి కనపడవు ఇప్పుడు.
Yeah, we have to go to forest to get those fruits.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm really interested. Those fruits may have this miracle compound. We don't know, but we're ignoring. That is thing. But long story short, that fisetin is a flavonoid, but potent antioxidant compound that is coming from the strawberries, which is known to cause the death of the senescent cells, specifically without harming the other cells around that.
Thank you so much for giving so much of information with regard to our health as well as which is useful to our students. So thank you so much.
My pleasure, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Charita. Ranjani, would you like to add something? Ranjani?
Hello.
Narasimha, please go on. Please go on.
Okay. So, good evening, Professor Srinivas Reddy sir, Sai Gopal sir, and Vijay Bhaskar Rao and Hema madam. So, really, I congratulate Sudhir sir. It's a wonderful journey, actually. Sir, do you know my friend working in Pittsburgh University?
First of all, thank you, sir. Pittsburgh, what is the name, sir?
He's Ramlinga. Dr. Ramlinga from Urukonda.
I think he's
in
a
chemistry.
I know.
Yeah, chemistry. No, he's working. Yeah.
I know him very well. But
he's my friend. Sir. Yeah, he's my friend, best friend.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir.
So really, it is a very excellent talk, sir. Your journey and your experience. Hope this your experience may be useful for our students also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What you mentioned, even we synthesized the nanoparticle from Jujuba in our lab. It shows very excellent antimicrobial and antifungal activity.
Very nice, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Thank you so much, sir. For your
congratulations on your research. Thank you,
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Narasimha. Ranjani, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, please, Ranjani, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Sir, this is Dr. Ranjani, Associate Professor in Virology. Sir, thank you so much, sir. నేనైతే ఎంఎస్సి 94 to 96 సార్. మీరు అప్పుడు నేను పిహెచ్డిలో జాయిన్ అయి ఉన్నాను, అప్పుడు మీరు ఎంఎస్సిలో జాయిన్ అయినట్టున్నారు. మీరు చాలా చక్కగా మీ జర్నీ చెప్పడంతో అందరికీ ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ సార్. మీ లెక్చర్, మీరు మాట్లాడిన అన్ని కూడా మీరు ఎంత చక్కగా అన్ని వివరించారు సార్. సో ఇట్స్ రియలీ ఇన్స్పైరింగ్. And first of all, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and enlightening us. Really, it's wonderful and inspiring and motivational speech, sir. And I congratulate you, sir. Sir, if you accepted a small position, then you will be in that position for long time, sir. So, మనం ఏదన్నా రాకపోతే మనం ఫీల్ అవ్వకూడదు అనేది మీ లెక్చర్ ద్వారా నాకు అర్థమైంది సార్. మీరు అలాగే ఇక్కడే జాబ్ లో ఉండిపోయింటే ఇప్పుడు డైరెక్టర్ పొజిషన్ కి వెళ్ళడానికి ఆలోచించి ఉండరు కదండి సార్. సో మీ నుంచి పాజిటివ్ పాయింట్స్ చాలా నేర్చుకున్నాం సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ దిస్ ఆపర్చునిటీ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వన్ అండ్ ఆల్.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ranjani. I would like to leave the platform to the students. Please, if at all, if you have any questions, please clarify with Sudhir. And his email ID and his phone number is there in the brochure. You can approach him through email also if you have any other questions and with related to career guidance and other things. So please go ahead with his talk. If at all, if you have any questions, please go ahead. Students, research students, postdoctoral students and MSc students. No questions? Sudhir, we always see this, that they are kind of shy to ask, even in the classroom also.
Yes.
So,
Sudhir, you can ask some questions to viral students.
Sir, I don't know, sir.
You can pose the questions to them.
So, I mean, one question I can ask is, I mean, sir, say what happens if I mean, after your MSc virology, say what happens, what do you do if you don't get any job or PhD? What is your plan B? That's my question.
Would anybody would like to speak?
I think with the COVID situation, everybody knows virology better than us.
Yes.
Right? Public is more aware
Yes, sir.
than our teachers. They are telling more information than us. That's why. So people they learn a lot of things from COVID. So what about viruses and all? Now it is become ubiquitous. Virology become subject ubiquitous anyway because like that, right?
I think that is why they are giving more seats to virology, more students to virology, sir. But we don't have facilities to handle more, no, Sudhir. Like we have limited space and facilities. Yes. And the quality will go down if at all if we increase too many students. So that is my concern, actually. Yes, but anyway, if there are no questions, I would like to sum up and propose vote of thanks. And firstly, I would like to thank Professor Sai Gopal sir for being there. Out of his busy schedule, he was kind enough to accept to be there in the meeting. Throughout the meeting, he was there and he shared all his experiences and he memorized all his past memories. And that is really, really important. In between, we have to have these meetings, Sudhir, for sure, so that we'll have this kind of rewinding of all the past memories. It's important also for the life, I guess. Otherwise, it will become very routine, I guess. And thank you so much, sir, Sai Gopal sir, for being there with us today. And in between, we should have this meeting, sir, so that we can see you. Otherwise, you will always be busy. And I would like to thank our principal, dynamic principal, Professor M. Srinivasa Reddy, sir. So all the time, positive attitude and support that he has given is a tremendous support, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for being there for all through the lecture. So I didn't expect this, and thank you so much, sir. It's an honor to have you today, sir. And I would like to thank Professor Vijay Bhaskar, sir. I think he left. Sudhir, I think Sudhir, I mean, this Panidara has left one message. You can see in the message box, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Panidara is your classmate or your junior, I don't know.
I think she's my senior.
Okay, senior. Okay.
I think.
Yes. Okay. So, and I would like to thank all our, I would like to thank Vijay Bhaskar sir, research team, R&D of SU University for his message and for being there for 1 hour, and he just left actually. And thank you so much, sir. And I would like to thank all the administrative authorities of SU University who are always there at the other end to support us. And thank you very much for everything. And then I would like to thank our faculty members, Dr. Charita Devi, Dr. Ranjini, and Dr. Narasimha, who always extend their cooperation and support to take the progressive steps towards the departmental development. And I would like to thank all our research students, postdoctoral students, and PG students, and open elective students of Biotechnology Department for being there and for patiently listening to the lecture and extending their support. Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you one and all. Thank you so much. So there, last not but the least, a special big thank you to you because you are the showman actually today, and really, really touched with your gesture actually. Thank you so much. I never expected that I'll be touched so much with somebody's story. So it's really heart touching, as the principal sir said. It's really heart touching, and honestly, I'm saying that you are a true source of inspiration. And we are honored to have you today as our inaugural speaker to the seminar series. And thank you. I think this will go a long way And this saga will continue and we will have this. Principal sir, I would like to request you on this board to have a Zoom package for 1 year, sir. At least it is not so costly. It is around 20,000 or so something, sir. Please help us that way so that we can use this and continuously have these webinar lectures. And it is very important to have these lectures, sir, in between so that students will get enlightened and they will have more interactions with other faculty, especially who are settled in abroad. Sir,
Okay.
but this is important, sir.
Okay. Tomorrow itself, I will talk to Vice Chancellor and Registrar.
Yes,
Take
sir.
permission from my grants, principal grants. and
Okay,
see
sir.
that it is being, a connection has been taken on behalf of the Science College.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
Tomorrow
they
itself. If
they
it
have
costs,
they,
if it
yeah.
costs around 20,000, it's not a problem. I will
Yeah.
pursue the matter with the registrar. And
yes,
take
sir.
the
Only
permission.
1 year we can take, sir, and then
Okay.
we can extend all the time. This
Okay.
Cisco webinar, I tried by taking the computer expert also, sir, but I could not manage it, sir. It is not allowing any other person into the meeting.
Okay.
I can conduct, but no, it is not allowing the other. It is allowing thousands participants, but we are not able to manage it.
Okay.
So if somebody can give some training, at least
Tomorrow
we can
itself,
use that.
I'll pursue the matter. Please give me the details of the connection and other network.
Sure, sir. I will send the link to you, sir.
Yeah, okay.
I have the link,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. This
you.
also I have purchased through my daughter, sir, because it has to be paid only in dollars.
Okay.
So she has purchased for me actually.
Mhm.
And so if it is there, then we can continuously have this interactive meetings, sir. Actually, it is easy. For Science College, we should have, sir.
Yeah, definitely we will have it.
Yeah.
If it
Thank
is
you,
at
sir.
20,000, it will not be a problem.
Yes,
I will
sir.
meet from my principal grants.
Yes, sir. It is not so much, sir. Actually, per year it is less only. But it will be limited to 100 participants. I think that is enough.
I think that is enough. That is enough.
Yeah, because in a class, it won't be more than 100 students, definitely.
Okay.
So at least every department in the Science College, they can start this alumni lecture series, and it will be a boon to the NAC
Definitely, it
accreditation
will a
also.
wonderful event to conduct.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Facility is generous to give, don't worry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He is doing so many.
He know the good administrator.
Yes,
He
sir.
know the scientific scenario. Definitely, he will help. all
Yes,
the-
sir. We already approached him today for the extra chairs, sir, because we are having extra students, sir, and they're sitting in Neil Kamal chairs now. So we asked him, he said he will help, sir.
I know, he may help a lot.
ఈసారి 2 lakhs పెట్టి బయోటెక్నాలజీ వాళ్ళందరికీ చైర్స్ కొనేసాను సాయి.
Oh, very good.
నేను వచ్చిన నెలకి వచ్చింది గ్రాంట్ పెట్టి చేయించేసాను.
నీ ప్రిన్సిపాల్ గా నీ ముద్ర శ్రీనివాసులు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ సైన్సెస్ ఆల్రెడీ కావాలో వేసావు, సింహపురిలో వేసావు, ఇక్కడ కూడా యూ హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ బ్రాండ్ ఎంఎస్ఆర్ బ్రాండ్ హియర్.
అది ఏం లేదు
Sir,
సార్.
he is
Value
having a
blessings.
big challenge now, sir, as a NAC, because not only as principal, as
Yeah.
NAC director, he has to face a bigger challenges, sir.
Yes.
So that is something really.
He's capable to face all the hurdles. You know how to face the hurdles. I know that about
అది ఏం లేదు.
I am not praising Srinivasa Reddy. You are the right person to do all the things.
with the blessings of the Baba, I can do, and I can overcome all the hurdles.
Yes, right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
sir.
thank you very much. Thank you.
Sudhir, once again, thank you so much, Sudhir.
Thank you. ma'am.
It's a wonderful opportunity. Thank you to interact you and to see you. And this, as I said, as sir also suggested, we should have a separate meeting, Sudhir, for a scientific seminar.
Absolutely.
Because though you have touched upon only for 15 minutes, but it was very clear, and it's really interesting topics, Sudhir. And
Definitely.
we would like to hear it so that we will have a 1 hour lecture on this research topic also.
Sure, ma'am. Yeah, we can have that.
Okay. Have a
thank you.
pleasant day, Sudhir, and
Okay.
thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Wish you all the best. I think
All
Thank
the
you,
very
sir.
best.
Thank you, Marandal. Have a
Thank you,
nice
sir.
day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
bye.
Thank you, sir. Srinivasa, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, and other faculty members. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
very much.
everyone. Thank you. Sir, Sudhir, you can read the messages if at all, if you are interested. They said that
yes,
it
ma'am.
is very inspirational and very motivational. So all the participants are leaving their messages.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
they liked it. They
Okay.
liked it very much, actually. So
My
I'm
pleasure.
so
ma'am.
glad.
Alright. I'm so glad.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad, actually. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Sir Srinivasa Reddy, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank
Ragopal,
you.
sir. Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, special thanks for you, ma'am, for introducing sir to us.
Thank you. Who is it?
And thank you, ma'am. This is Kavya from MSc Biotechnology, ma'am.
Oh, Kavya,
Yes,
very
ma'am.
glad that you spoke. At least one volunteer from the student.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
ma'am.
it is important. Sudhir, she's
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
ma'am.
she's
Sir,
a
really thank you
biotechnology-
very much, sir, for giving
Thank
such
you,
a
ma'am.
valuable and motivational speech
Oh, it's
for
my
us.
pleasure.
Now it's
my
very
pleasure.
important for the students. So
My pleasure. Anytime.
thank you very
Anytime.
much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
See, Sudhir, the biotechnology, I mean, other department students can select virology as an open elective subject. So they
I
can
see.
also learn. Now we have that kind of scenario where other
Ma'am.
department students can take one subject from virology and
Yes.
whichever we offer, and then they can come to hear the classes in our department and they can get one exam from that
Very nice.
department.
Very nice.
So this
Thanks,
is biotechnology student, they have opted for virology.
Nice.
So after this COVID thing, everybody wants to learn virology actually.
It is a good thing. It
Yes.
is a good thing.
Yeah, good thing.
I'm
Really.
happy.
Yes.
I'm happy.
Any other student would like to interact, please?
Naveen ma'am, MS Virology first year.
Yes, Naveen, please go ahead. You can talk in Telugu also. Sudhir knows Telugu.
Yes, please. Telugulo మాట్లాడండి, please.
చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ మీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ షేర్ చేసినందుకు.
చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ అండి. మీ పేరేమన్నారు సార్?
Naveen.
Naveen, thanks Naveen.
He just
Very
joined
nice.
MSc Virology and from 14th onwards they had classes started actually.
Welcome Naveen. Welcome to the department.
Thank
you
you,
will
sir.
enjoy that. Yeah. So my email is there. If you have any questions, ma'am, I think my email has P in front of my name, so that P has to be removed. So I will send you an email.
Okay. I'm sorry about the spelling mistake.
No worries, ma'am. I will send you the corrections.
Yeah.
But you're always welcome to email me. And I will help you as much as I can. I will try to respond on timely basis, but I'll try my best to respond. And I thank you, everyone. So like I said, always get motivated. I mean, you have to motivate yourself. You have to inspire yourself. There are odds every time. I mean, కష్టాలు సుఖాలు కలిసే ఉంటాయి ఎప్పుడు. కష్టం వచ్చినప్పుడు we have to find ways to find the solution. ఈ మధ్య ఒక రీడింగ్ చదివాను, ఆల్బర్ట్ ఐన్స్టైన్ రీడింగ్. So the negative people have a problem for every solution center. So very, very enlightening saying. So if we have a negative thoughts, we have a problem for every solution. Even there is a solution, they will have a problem. So we have to find ways to find the solutions. So that's my encouragement for you today. And I'm sure you will learn a lot from Hema Madam is there. From that, I learned a lot from Hema Madam and their hard work. And I mean, Hema Madam was doing a double PhD in PhD. I mean, the amount of work she put together, that was enormous work. So that their lifestyle, their working nature, they all helped us to get inspired, and which we cannot forget. So I should thank ma'am for your inspiration to me.
Thank you, Sudhir. It's not that much, but whatever it is there. But as I said, every alumni of virology is having a story. So I can proudly say that only because of the hard work and the number of hours that we have put in together, that stood us where we are today. So I think nothing else helped us. Only our hard work and friends and mentors, of course, and family is the big support for all of us, for everybody for that matter, actually. But it's a wonderful experience, Sudhir, meeting you like this and then remembering all those wonderful memories, and it's just wonderful actually.
Thank you,
really, really pleased and touched with your gesture. Thank you so much. Thanks,
Thank you,
Sudhir. But please be in touch.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
let's continue this friendship and all the support that you need to extend to the department and for the students especially.
Absolutely, ma'am. Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone. I
everyone.
think
Thank you
the
very much.
hostel students, they have to go to mess for lunch, dinner, I guess. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sudhir. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
ma'am. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye,
everyone.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, bye.